Hey y'all. I am just leaving out. Getting ready to do some Uber. I got my white cheddar popcorn, bottle of water. I try to eat kind of like when you driving. It's so easy to just like eat fast food and stuff. I've been doing some weight loss stuff. I've lost some weight since December. Or actually since January. So I'm trying not to gain it all back. So I try to eat a little lighter while I'm on the road. Anyway, so y'all know who it is. It's V Peachy, the Uber lady. And so I got something to say. So I find I've been watching these videos on YouTube. Take the next right onto Granger Road. And I noticed that these women, some men too, or had these videos about being attacked. Continue on Granger Road for half a mile. As Lyft and Uber drivers, mostly Lyft though. The videos that I saw, it's probably like the same amount for Uber as well. So I noticed that these people are saying that they're being attacked, and it's unfortunate. You know, I can honestly say I have never had anybody do anything to me or threaten me since I've been doing Uber. And I've been doing Uber, it'll be 3 years in August. Yeah, I drove for Lyft as well for a while. Use the right lane, but they played me like something about they said it was my fault about my driving record, and then they told me they had to use their third-party company, and then told me I had to pay for it. Use the right lane to take the I-40 for them to do another check or something. I don't know. I ended up giving them almost a total of $80 for that, for the background check, because they said they had to use their company. In a quarter mile, merge onto I-40 my driver record, something. The whole point was I knew it was crap because I hadn't got a ticket or anything since I started driving for them. Like, driving record was the same it was, and it was almost a year and a half later. The driver record was the same it was when I started working with them. Never, it didn't have a blemish on it. All of a sudden, I couldn't drive. It was no warning, no nothing. Like, I literally gotta try to turn it on, couldn't turn it on. Anyway, they told me they was gonna give me my money back because they found out that it was an error. Like, basically on their behalf. Like, I don't know what happened. You know, basically send me the email, let me know, yeah, your driving record is the exact same it was. Use the right lane. Actually, I had a ticket too, and one of the tickets had came off, as a matter of fact. So I would say that my driving record had even been better. That was something. Some had got taken off, but nothing had been put on. Like, I hadn't gotten any extra tickets, but one of my tickets from like a couple years prior had came off for like within that year and a half. Oh yeah, it's our error. We'll send you your money back. Blah 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 blah. Okay, fine. It still took them time to put me back on. Like, they still didn't do it. Like, even once they sent me the email, they didn't put me right back into it. They waited. And then when they finally did, I felt like I lost some money. Like, I gave y'all money. And at first, then I was thinking too, like, they were going to send me my money back before they put me back onto the platform. No. So, of course, you know, I started back driving, and I'm constantly, you know, like maybe once a week, because I did it for about a month, start sending them, you know, emails back. Like, okay, I'm waiting on my money. They never sent it. Like, I'm talking about every time they didn't respond, or they send you back those kind of like wrote out messages that they probably sent everybody. Oh, I'm gonna have so and so get back with you, blah blah blah. Never did. In half a mile, use the right lane to take exit 20. I got to the point where I felt like I lost too much money. I-77. Since y'all want to play crazy and don't want to give me my money back, I stopped driving for them. And I will say that I really don't have to drive for both. because Uber keeps me busy enough. And the reason why I started driving for Lyft,
use the right lane to take exit 20 on 20B. Then
I
keep
found
right
out,
to continue on
Lyft
exit 20B.
had the pay where you can get your money immediately, the express pay or rapid pay or whatever.
Keep right at the
They had that first
on exit 20B.
before Uber even started that. Lyft had that first, or wait a minute, how was it? I think Uber had it, but it had to be like a really big amount of money, or like $100 or whatever. But Lyft started that first. But even with Lyft, it had to be $50. And with Lyft, sometimes $50 was hard to make. Only because they would have you driving for like 20 something minutes to get somewhere. Now mind you, I live like in the southeast of Cleveland. And if anybody knows where that is, I live in Cleveland, Ohio. I live in southeast of Cleveland. So I was driving all the way to like Chagrin Falls. So if I get on the freeway, I think I might have been getting on 71. I don't know what freeway it was. But if I get on the freeway, it takes me every bit of 20 something minutes. Or if I take the streets, depending on like where I'm coming from, it would take me 20 some minutes to get wherever I needed to be. And sometimes people would cancel on me. And another thing about Lyft that used to piss me off, I haven't driven for them in quite a while, so I don't know if they changed this. Like with Uber, your cancellation fee is sent to you immediately. With Lyft, you used to have to request it. And my thing is, you knew that I've been driving for 15, 20 minutes to get here, and then I'm almost there, and then they cancel. So it had got to the point with Lyft where before I would even take off, I'm calling. Like, listen, this is the Uber driver. It's going to take me 25 minutes. Like, I would even add on maybe a couple of minutes, to let them know it's going to take me this long to get to you. Do you actually want this ride? And most people would say, yeah, and then sometimes they would still cancel. And, let's say, for instance, you on the road, they cancel, and then boom, you get another request almost immediately. You don't have time to, like, go into the app. And now it's not right in the app. You have to go into the app. They hit a link to go into their dashboard. Go into the dashboard. Find which one it is. Say which time it was. Which passenger. It's like so stupid. That was one good thing about Uber, is that anytime when it's time to get your money or something like that, it's very easy to get it. It's not like you got to go through a whole bunch of rigmarole to figure it out. You can get to mostly everything with Uber right through the app. You don't have to go through a whole completely different external link or whatever to get to your money, or to ask a question or whatever. So that was one of the biggest things with Lyft. And like I said, I haven't driven for Lyft in a while. I'm not driving for them until I get my money back. Like, it's even times now, like, it's been a while, I'll just go in, because they still send me emails and text messages like, oh, you haven't been on the road in blah 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 days, or so many months, it's so many opportunities out here for you, you should blah blah blah. No, I'm good. I don't want to. Give me my money back. Like, flat out. But either way, they ain't worried about it. But so that's my story about the reason why I don't drive for Lyft anymore. Uber does me just fine. Like I said, that was one of the biggest things with Lyft. The pros was because you used to be able to do that rapid pay. And then the con was when you're trying to get your money, and like I promise you, like with Uber, you can hit a button, like as soon as you go too far, as soon as they cancel it on their end, you get your $5. Quick. Another thing about that I see if Uber has changed, I've never had a lot of people change stuff leave things in my car. So Uber will, if you take it back, if you report that you've given it back, I imagine that they check in with the customer or the rider or whatever, they give you $15. So that's pretty cool. Because I've had people leave stuff in my car, and they live, like, I've had this lady, she lives as far as Strongsville.
In 2 miles, use the left lane to take exit 163.
Where I was living, that's like 40 minutes away from my house. On the freeway. And I got all the way to her, because she literally, like, left her, it ain't go near her whole purse. It was like a little clutch bag, but it had everything in it. So when I found it, I'm like, oh, okay, let me take this back to her. She was a nice lady or whatever. So this was before though. This was like maybe 2 years ago. But anyway, I took it back to her, and she just said thank you and closed her door. Like, and I was pissed off. Like, really? So I told Uber about it. Like, I took her purse back, and I kind of really don't. They didn't give me no money. I remember that. They gave me this long email about, oh, thank you so much for being this type of person and integrity and blah blah blah. But they didn't give me shit. They didn't give me no money. Now I just had this guy leave his cell phone in my car yesterday, and they give you $15 for it. So that was pretty cool. Lyft ain't never had nothing like that as far as I know. I had this lady leave her glasses in my car. A nice Cartier frame. And it took me 2 or 3 days to hook up with her to give her stuff back. And it was a young girl. Her mother gave me some money. But like I said, once I told Lyft that I returned the item or whatever,
to take exit 163
they ain't even say thank you. They just, like, I never got anything back. So I don't know. Lyft just kind of full of crap to me. So whatever. Now back to my original thing. So I keep hearing these stories. I'm reading stories. I'm looking at stories on YouTube
163.
about
use the left lane to keep left.
People saying they were attacked as Uber and Lyft drivers. So this lady, white lady, the story, she has a big old knot,
use the left lane to keep left
on the front of her head. And she's, her story is she was attacked. So apparently she must have like a van or a truck or something, because she was able to seat up to 6 people. So she said she stops, she goes to the destination or the pickup location, and she gets 6 people, or I should say 8 people, tried to get in her car. So when the 8 people tried to get in her car, she like, oh no, only 6 people come right in here, I can't do it, blah 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 blah. But she said, they get mad. So what she does is she cuts off the car, and I imagine she probably just sits there, like, and she said she gonna call the police or whatever. So as soon as she said she gonna call the police, the guy that sat in the passenger side starts to pour water on her head. I don't know if it was a whole bottle, I don't know if it was a drip drop, whatever, but he begins to pour water on her head. Pause. Let's just pause the story right there. I wouldn't give a fuck. Like, first of all, I know she might have been like in a shock or whatever, like, oh my god, I can't believe it's getting water poured on my head. I'm getting water poured on my head. And they might have been like talking shit, like, yeah, bitch, gonna fuck you up, blah blah blah. Who knows? You feel me? But ain't no way I'm just sitting there letting somebody pour water on my head. Like, she's like, yes, I had to gather my thoughts and blah blah blah, and he was pouring water on me, and then after he poured this water on her, the people in the backseat began to attack her, and they beat her ass. Now let me tell you something. If it's 6 people in my car, and the guy who begins to pour the water on her head first,
to stay on I-90 East,
ain't no motherfucking way somebody able to just pour water on my fucking head. Ain't no way.
Continue on I-90
like,
East
as far as I'm concerned, if y'all gonna beat my ass, I ain't got nothing to lose. You feel me? So I might as well fight with all my might. I'm talking about I'm swinging. I'm going to fuck off. The nigga would have been in the front seat. Of course, he would have got it the worst. I would have Donkey Kong that nigga, busting him all upside his head. You feel me? That nigga would have had a black eye. At least one of his teeth would have been knocked out. A swole lip. Something. Like, come on. You just pour water on me? And don't get me wrong. I would have definitely been scared, because I would have knew, like, all of them about to attack me. But nigga, y'all gonna have to kill me in this car. Flat out. Like, tonight gonna be the night where y'all gonna see, like, oh, this hoe crazy. Period. Because it ain't no way that 6 people or 8 people, because first of all, all of them couldn't fit in the car. It ain't no way that all 8 of them be, and if they did, if all 8 of them or 6 of them beat her up and all she had was a knot, they ain't even beat her ass for real. But that's all she had was the knot. But my thing is, it just ain't no way. Like, I feel like if she would have fought back, and that's what I think in some of these other situations. Like, y'all victims because y'all not fighting back. Make some of these motherfucking riders and passengers the victims too. Now the thing is, she didn't say they had no guns, no weapons, none of that. Now that's a little scary too. You let somebody, you know what I'm saying, pull down on you and they got a gun, or you know, they get in your car and they got a gun or a knife or something, some other type of something that could hurt you, then that's a little scary too. But for me, that's when, you know, when my fright levels go up, then my fight levels go up too. You know what I'm saying? I'm going totally nuts. I'm going crazy. It ain't no, oh my God, I can't believe this. It's bitch. You know what I'm saying? I'm going crazy. And you know you got to say bitch first. Bitch. That's the warning. You feel me? And you going to fuck crazy. Ain't nowhere in the world I'm just going to be a victim. I can't. I'm not going to just sit and let somebody beat me the fuck up. I'm not. Especially if you're in my car. You feel what I'm saying? And what's crazy is they attacked her. And whoever did the ride is going to fall back on them. And most likely they going to tell on everybody else who was with them. So that's another thing that I feel like is a little safety precaution that you have to think about it. When you are in these cars, these accounts are, you know, the accounts belong to people, you know, and they have their information, they ID, they debit numbers, they phone numbers. This is all the information you have to give when you are a passenger. So they know who they dealing with. Now, you know, the cops may have to do a little investigation because, you know, people use other people's accounts. Oh, girl, give me a ride real quick, blah, blah, blah. It's 6 of them. It was 1 or 8 of them, she said. It was one of their accounts. But I just refuse to just, like, be a victim. Now, another lady got beat up in Boston. I believe it was. In Boston or DC or something. So, her thing is, you know, now, because she's in school, she has children, you know, and, you know, working for Lyft and Uber was a way for her to make money
in half a mile
on the side.
178
so with her making this money or whatever, she was able, you know, to get this bread, make this money. So now she can't make the money because she's so scared because she got attacked. Now she didn't get beat up or nothing. She got robbed. She got robbed. She didn't get beat up. She was somewhere. A guy knocked on the window. Either her window was open or she opened the door or some shit, and she had $340 something on her. And she said it was in her coat or shirt or something, and the guy came to the car, dug down in her shirt, took the money out, and then ran off. Now, even a situation like that, this is what I do. When I pull up to houses or I'm somewhere, like, I usually just don't sit in places. Like, I tend to roll around. So even if I'm waiting on another request, like, only time I might sit is if it's in a surgeon area. But I'm still not sitting anywhere where I'm not sitting in a cut. I usually don't do side streets. I usually do like a gas station, or that's why I like the 24-hour gas stations, Dunkin' Donuts, stuff like that. Those places usually stay open 24 hours. So if I can find one of them. Now, unfortunately, in the hood, we really don't have like speedways like that. We have 24-hour gas stations. Like if I'm in the hood doing the Uber and I see that the whatchamajig is in the hood, the surge is in the hood, I usually don't sit in those areas. I just ride. I just roll around. Because it's dangerous. I mean, somebody can, like, you know, stop you at maybe a light or something like that, but I just roll. So usually I will sit in better areas, but my doors are locked. If somebody walk up to my window, I I will talk to them through the window. I've done it, especially on the west side. I don't know much about the west side of Cleveland, because you know I was from the east side. I was raised on the east side, so it's certain areas I don't know. It might look nice, but it might be some thugs or whatever over there. So I talk to people through the window all the time. And another thing, I never put my car in park. Even when I'm sitting at somebody's house and I'm waiting on them, I do not put my car in park. I have sat in somebody's house for 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 minutes, and I got my foot on the brake. So if anything happened, I'm mashing and I'm gone. Like, you feel me? Anyway, so she gets robbed. She has $340 something dollars on her. $342, $346 something dollars. So my thing is, you're doing Uber. Now I don't know. I guess in other cities you can collect cash while you're driving. I'm not sure about that, but I believe, like I said, she was either in Boston or Washington. So okay, maybe that's why you had so much money on you. Now, like, I drive and Skip the Dishes as well, and that is where you can collect money. And Skip the Dishes is one of those places where you can, you collect cash, and they can do it online. So you may have some money on you. Uber in the Cleveland area is not that way. It's not like that. You have to, everything is done through the app. So unless somebody might give you a cash tip or whatever. But I doubt if you're getting over $300 tips. So my thing is, why did you even have $350 on you? And if you knew you had that much money on you, why wouldn't you stop, turn the app off, and put it in the bank? I mean, that's just common sense to me. She said she had been driving for a while, and these are common mistakes that people make. Everybody knows how the world is today. So of course she wasn't, she didn't think that she was gonna get robbed or whatever. But I ain't never carrying that much money on me. That's why I say, if a nigga rob me, he gonna be salty. Like, this bitch only got $20, or if I had like a bunch of 20s and 10s or whatever, if I'm rolling around with money, I put all that in the bank. Put it in the bank. I'm only gonna have some singles, so you might catch me with about $30 or $40 in singles. You might.
Your destination.
And I'm talking about might. And that's only if and it ain't gonna be in my shirt. It's gonna be tucked. It's gonna be put away. You know what I'm saying? That's why I just don't understand people. I really don't get it. I don't know. But that's why I say some of these people become victims because of their actions. They do things that's so silly, and they do things that's so crazy, and it turns them into a victim. You start getting beat up. You have somebody pouring water on you, and you just sit there and let their ass do it. You don't try to fight them back. You don't scream, holler. I would have been blowing my horn, beep, 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 beep. You know what I'm saying? As I'm attacking, boom, I got one hand punching him. I'm punching the people in the back. I'm blowing my horn. I'm going crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, it would have been such a scene in that car that somebody would have walked up, rolled past, something, and that's just what it would have been. It's crazy to me. It's totally crazy. But I'm at my Uber's house, y'all, so that's just my opinion on that. I see y'all another day. See y'all.